I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a new employee, Jen Young.
Morning.
Good morning, Jen.
That's her name. Very good.
Right.
Welcome, Jen, and
Thank
we're
you.
glad to have you here. And as far as taking notes and minutes and.
There's a lot to it.
So I'm sure you heard a lot about Stacy, but no pressure.
I'll do my best. Thank you.
So you want to call the roll?
No, she
Or
can't.
who's calling the roll? I'm sorry.
Yes, but hold on a second too. So I can't believe this either. One little quick announcement. I am truly not a grandfather, but that's up last night. Karen's son, Mike, and his wife had a baby boy, Andrew Stephen, yeah. So very exciting, yeah.
Not
Long.
even changing diapers.
No, I don't know. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. I changed it now already, so. But I don't know if I told you all this, so we were at a little event and, you know, they asked me, what do I want to be called? I said, well, Mike, you gotta ask your dad first what he wants to be called. I'll be whatever the baby wants to say. So a little while later, they came back, he wants to be called Poppy. I said, that's great. What do you want to be called? I thought for a second, I looked at him, I said, I want to be called Mr. Pizza. So let's wait to see that baby calling me
Yeah.
Mr. Whatever's gonna come out for Mr. Pizza is gonna be fantastic. That's what I'm looking for.
Being a grandparent is a great experience, but having you as a grandparent.
Oh,
It is spooky.
my kid's gonna be driving a car at 2.
All right, Victoria, get this off.
Mr. Albrecht,
Here.
Bathlow,
Here.
Day,
Here.
Gurecki.
Here.
Carano.
Here.
Warnzak, Mr. Bono.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Very good, Jen. Please read our mission statement.
The Herkimer County Industrial Development Agency delivers economic incentives to business and industry to diversify and strengthen Herkimer County's tax base and enhance community vitality by supporting job creation, business and industrial development, and community revitalization. We strive to develop the local economy in an organized, sustainable, and environmentally beneficial manner.
Very good. Item 4, we have the minutes for, you could probably read all of those.
I think you should do a board meeting separate with the rest of it.
You want to do that? Let's do it. Let's do it. The March 28th, 2023 meeting, board minutes was sent to you. And I'll need a separate. Tim and Ann, any discussion? Favor aye. Any opposed, nay. And then we had 5 separate public hearings.
Yes.
April 12th, 2023, Herkimer Solar, HCCC Solar, Sunny's Block and Solar, Herkimer, Sunny's Block and Solar, and Skyland, and Sunny's Plant Hill Solar. I'll need the motion to approve those minutes. Alana, Corey, any discussion, John?
Sure. So at each one of those meetings, the only people that attended were the elected official for that community. We had no comments whatsoever from anyone. So the Watkins Road we're familiar with, that's in both Herkimer and Schuyler. The Herkimer Solar Project, that's on Shells Bush Road. The HCCC Solar, that's in the town of Frankfurt. And the Sunny's Black Hill Solar is in the town of Manville. The reason we had to have the Watkins Road and Herkimer and Schuyler because of the jurisdictions involved in the two school districts, so we covered all the bases.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Gary, can I say something? I guess you're right.
So today, too, at 1 o'clock, we have a public hearing for our UTEP for green energy or solar or wind and all of the above. So it's here at 1 o'clock. If any of you want to attend, I've already been told that we will have some people here and we have received some written comments already.
Very good. Item number 5, financial reports. They're on pages 17 to 23 in your packet. Balance sheet, check registers, RLF status and.
Well, we're gonna see, we'll probably have to do a little adjustment thing as we go down because, salary and wages will be a little bit more. Stacy's on the payroll till,
May 17th.
May 17th because of vacation. And also too, for property maintenance, and expenses, we're already above that number. And that has to do with, a lot of studies and things that we've done, but one in particular that jumped it up a little bit was, the one we're doing for the Pine Grove School in East Turtle. So we don't own that site, but we put it towards, we were told by our accounting firm, that's where we needed to put it. So that's, it goes into that area, so we'll do some adjusting. So we're starting to end up fine. Yeah, nobody owes us any money, we're all caught up with everybody. And so, as all of you are social media junkies, you saw yesterday that Victoria got a picture taken with another group from Old Forge and CARES grant. So that's another excellent thing. We're on our last application. We finally got all the data in yesterday, and then I don't want to ruin what Victoria's going to say. However, so that's a good process and what we're doing. But other than that, we're good across the board.
Very good. I need a motion to accept the, unless there's any other questions. John? Any motion, John, second, Ward. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Carried. Okay, item 6 is the Richland County CARES grant, the 222 grant. Victoria, you want to give us updates on those?
Sure, so I'll start with the CARES grant. The two businesses that were approved at our last meeting, one of the businesses, the funds have been drawn down, are ready to just be dispersed. The second, as John mentioned, came in yesterday to sign their agreement with us, so I will be processing their drawdown as well. That will leave $65,000 for one additional business. As John stated, we received the final documents yesterday afternoon. And once I have the full review by Homelessness and Needy Renewal, we'll be ready to present that to you all as well. And I will continue to monitor the awardees and make sure that they're meeting the job requirements that are required by each of those awards.
Any comments?
I'd like to say, I mean, we were very concerned about spending that money and getting it down to be instilled in good graces with housing the community. Well, I think we're gonna end up that way. They're very receptive and working with us. But I don't think we should ask for any more out of that fund. It's quite a bit additional administrative type work and has to be done with other like micro enterprise money. And I think we should apply for another 200,000 with micro enterprise. And we'll take a look at that. It can't happen till I think May, but this will get us in line with that. With Jen being on board now too, myself and Victoria believe Jen can help support with that as well. So I think that'll help give us 200,000 more to help small businesses and also not have the same requirements that CARES money. Like we did before, and I think we did quite well with the other 200,000. But maybe we'll apply for 500 there. I think we can go for 200,000. But once again, we'll need the county's assistance on that as well. So.
John, when could that be awarded with the May application?
Probably not till like October time. But it's the state, so then let's say June. We have a couple outstanding ones now with the state that should have been awarded already, but we just don't know.
Sorry.
For the 222 grant, everyone is making payments as they should, and everyone is we're receiving in the payments as we should for those.
Very good. Okay. Okay, any questions from Victoria? Okay, let's move on to item 7, marketing update with Aaron.
She's getting better with it.
Thank you.
I'm
Be
throwing it
careful,
away.
there's a big stick, right?
So yesterday we took the New York State USDA Director Brian Murray to different farms in the county. We went to Jones Family Farm, Site, Farm, and then a Water Buffalo Farm.
Wait 1 second. I just want to tell everybody who Brian Murray is. So not every state, but there's, I believe, 47 USDA directors around the country. Brian Murray is the New York State one, and he's the only one in the country that worked his way up through the USDA. Usually this position is the senator's third cousin needs a job and he gets it. But this individual here truly knows ag. They want to come back in because we had great talks yesterday driving them around all over. They want to come in and talk to us about broadband money that's available. There's money for the bridge in Little Falls to Salada. There's money for housing. There's a whole bunch of other money. He doesn't have money for a digester that we need for something else, but he does have additional funding. So we're going to set that up soon. Everybody, of course, will be invited. I'll work with the county on that because I think broadband is a big issue for the county. So talk to Mr. Bono. So we'll set that up soon. But what a wealth of knowledge, and he was a farmer too. So it was great to take him all around and to really push, not the other. I mean, Jones is great, and so is Insight. Insight's huge, but they have over 2,000 head there. It's amazing. And they milk them continuously. They just keep milking. It's crazy. But the water buffalo, we don't have another farm like that in the state. So it was quite unique. He was quite impressed with that. So Aaron met a new friend yesterday. It was a big cat.
Yeah. So Dave Warner made like an interactive map for our business parks. Yeah.
For those of you who have vertigo, be careful when you use this, but it truly is amazing. So this is all going to be on our website. People can see the parks and the growth and everything else. So.
You know, John, how technical I am. If this is on our website, she's moving it with a line. How do you do your finger? Oh.
That wand is, she won't stand up, but the wand, but the finger thing, just if you can touch on different things, it just guides you.
It doesn't matter what kind of.
No, you can see it on your phone.
Not on my phone, but.
Well, that's true.
true.
Yeah. Not on
See my
Star
phone?
Trek. Yeah, that yours was in Star Trek. I think, back in the day.
Do that there?
You can do it.
I
on-
can?
Yeah, you have to cut a picture out, put it on.
That's the only rotary hip phone.
Yeah.
I can move it on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
On with it.
So I put together presentations for Monday for John, for the EPA roundtable event, and then for the summit Tuesday and Wednesday. But for this one, it's brownfields of the Mohawk Valley, and Dave Warner sent me some really cool pictures. So
Dave does a good job with technology. Help us out a lot.
he also sent over some spring pictures of the business park, so I updated them on the website.
So now we have winter, spring, summer, and fall pictures, right?
That's it.
But they'll have to be updated as the buildings continue. Yeah, we did that too.
All set?
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Great. Okay, let's go to item 8, Russell Farm. That information on page 24 through 26.
Sure, so we're finally where we should be with, well, we're still one tiny step away with the Department of Health, but we should know on that. So we are gonna go out to bid for water and sewer across the street. When we go into executive session later, I'll reference the last conversations with the developer on Russell Farm. But what we're looking for is assistance from Delta on the bid and following through with all of that, and that comes out to be $16,000.
That's what we have here.
Yeah, on page 24, 25, and 26, and 25 is where the 16,000.
Oh, I must have done it.
That's a different one.
And this is to get water.
This is to work with the contractors. You put the bid package together to go out to bid, to watch them, to make sure everything works, to do the test. All the administrative services. That's a a deep fair amount, 16, that's not
So
crazy.
this will get us to the other side of the road.
This will
Isn't
get us-
that, any extension up the hill or?
No, we don't want to do that. All we're doing is right across, and this will also include a pump too. So the water will be going over and then we'll see.
What we already kind of mentioned in the email, right? Where you saw this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we see this
Yes,
one?
this
Yeah.
is the ratification.
Yeah, this is just ratifying.
Okay, so it's 16,000. Any other comments, questions? Need a motion to accept that. Dan, second by Corey. Discussion. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, nay? Carried. Item 9, Skyler Business Park. We're talking about some study, traffic study there. John, you wanna?
Sure. Well, 2 weeks ago, was it?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we met with New York State DOT. And after our continuous studies, which this adds I hope the final amount is the total amount we've spent on a study for that entrance for the Skylar Park has been about $28,000, almost $29,000. And it kind of looks like we're in an okay place. We're not moving the entrance way down where he wanted us to, even though he said that's non-negotiable. I guess it was negotiable. They continually ask us for things that make no sense. We pushed back pretty hard in that meeting, would you say? And I told him we didn't know what he was doing and had some really frank discussions and that we're not, he tried to say that taxpayer money. And I said, well, what do you think we're spending? It was quite bizarre. So, but this, I think where we're at, we're going to apply for a Fast New York grant for the entrance. But this is the final part of the study, we believe. That's all we needed to do. Now DOT is going to review it all and tell us. We're going to take about 65 feet of where the convenience store will be located, just to bend the road a little bit more there. There won't be a Y coming out of the park anymore. There'll be a three-way stoplight. And this morning, I got a quote on that whole setup. It's like $700,000. And I said, well, where's that money coming from? And they said, well, that's up to the developer. And I said, well, we're the, we're not, I don't know. We're going back and forth with them. But if we can go after the Fast New York, which we're gonna, I think we can make out okay with that assistance.
I don't know, I don't have any recollection of who paid for the improvements in the public, the Texas Pride parcel. Jim Wallace, you're online. How did we split that, those improvements on the ramps there? Was that our responsibility, the counties or the IDAs, or I refresh my memory?
No, the state took care of that, Jim.
I thought so. I didn't want to speak out of turn. So if they took care of it there, why aren't they taking care of it here?
So are you saying the state took care of the lights on those ramps
No,
An extension
Skylar
to
wasn't-
widen the ramps.
for the pumpkin patch?
the county made the improvements at the entrance of the park there on the county road, but as far as the ramps, according to Jim, the state took
The
care of
lights
it. They
at the ramp.
widened
And widen
and
the
right.
ramps.
That's, yeah, we took care of the light and the road, our road, but the state took care of their ramps.
But those two lights, Jim, on the fairground bridge there, the state took care of those and we took care of the one light at the entrance, correct?
Correct.
So that's our argument. I don't know why we were treated different there. So we'll have another discussion with them, I'm sure.
Did they share their reasoning for the light over in the Skylar Business Park? Like they must have done some sort of deal.
Well, we did all of the studies and we look at putting the convenience store there and the additional growth in the back of the park. It does more on the stoplight.
So you're agreeing.
We're agreeing with the stoplight, but we weren't agreeing with moving the entrance additionally to the end of the park and causing us to build a new road in the park, still putting a stoplight in and giving us less line of sight, which is what they wanted to do. We said, where does this make sense then? And at first, 4 or 5 emails where this is non-negotiable, and we said, we're just not doing it. I asked him, are you gonna pull up a DOT truck and block my entrance? You have no say. We really got into it with him because it wasn't right. He had no answers either. And his other staff just was like this the whole time because they knew he wasn't telling. He didn't know. And so, and we had our consultant in from Delta, the one that was the Region 5, was it? He was the same as the head of here. And he said, this makes no sense. You're asking for things that shouldn't happen.
So the disagreement wasn't necessarily having a light, it was where the light was going to be.
Before we had the convenience store, we didn't need a light. We didn't have the traffic for that and the additional larger structure in the back causes the amount of traffic in there. And safety's gotta be first for whatever we do, so it only makes sense. And the thing too is, it's like, well, you'll have to own the light and do maintenance on it. We all looked at each other, then the staff goes, you know, so.
Well, it's actually for convenience store, the light for the staff. and go.
But not only that, we want safety, but he doesn't know what he was talking about, and, right, Tony? I mean, you were there, it was evident that he had no clue.
He'd never been to the site. It was the two young kids sitting across from me who finally went out. And walked the roadway. That
So, that's crazy.
they're the ones that pointed out, no, we don't,
Yeah,
we don't go up.
I mean, when somebody was in that. Yeah, I didn't know what he was doing.
Okay, so that's for
No,
No.
8,246 is on the phone.
and second by Alana, discussion. All in favor, aye. Opposed, nay. Carried. Item 10, HBK Industries, recapture on this, sales tax recapture. Ken?
Yeah, there's no voting on that. They did send back in the $4,289.51. They were using sales tax abatement after the contract ended. A mistake, but they were eager to pay it back. There was no issue whatsoever. Great company, got 90+ employees, everybody's happy, so, but we just wanted to make you aware of that. And that we do follow the rules and do recapture when we need to.
Thanks. Item 11, one screen bundles, idea.
Sure, is there a picture of that?
Yeah.
Thank you. There it is. So that's the one screen bundle. What that'll do is allow us to have the meetings in our office. It's a smart board, it's got a camera, microphone. It'll be all set up, so included in the price of $41,043 will be that entire room. And that'll give us the leeway to do the things in our office and have 4,100. Yeah, 4,100. Why would it jump over that?
I thought you were getting everything.
For television.
I don't need
Well, it's not just that. See, that's the thing. You think it's just a television.
No. they haven't ordered it yet.
Oh,
So that's, yeah, it'll put us up in the 21st century.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions? on that? I need a motion for this.
Well, I'm the plan because it's a local business, not because I know what the heck it is.
Need a second. Alana, any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay, carried. Item 12, test fit software, 29 through 30. is available.
You didn't do it. Definitely.
No.
So this is a package that we would like to buy. What it does is it'll help us overlay on property, structures, parking lots, everything we can do to help set up and market the property. So what we'll do is, like, when we're looking even at a piece of property to buy, we can set up entrances. Aaron's been playing around with it. We all had a demo. It's not super easy to use, but I think once we use it a lot, we'll be fine with it. But we feel as though it's a great application and use for us to help continue to promote, and we can do it with other things too as needed. So
This is an annual.
this is, well, right, yeah, this is the startup, and then we're still negotiating.
Is there any additions to it?
Yeah, that's $40,000. Well, we have a yearly.
The maintenance.
No, it's all for the year. Yeah.
Okay.
I figure with the architects we've been using and things anyways, it's a couple grand every time I reach out to them here, we can play around with it ourselves. We do little, you see some of the maps we show you, have this little box on there. I mean, it's okay, but it's not what really will help market it.
I need a motion to accept, the. Motion. Corey, second. Yep, discussion. In favor, aye. Any opposed, nay. Carried. Let's go to, State Route 5, with Mike Emmerich.
Yep, so this is what was needed to continue and finish the study for Delta. So it was the 7366, and that gives us that total. So we
Approval for that, Tim, second. Alana, discussion. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, nay. Carried. Okay, item 14, for solar, the inducement resolution.
So this is the solar project that's located over on Shell Bush Road. And here is the inducement resolution that talks about the project and outlines where it is and the megawatts and the cost of the project, 7,185,000 plus. And we just need to, this is the next step, to get us closer to getting them going. Yeah. Yeah, page 32.
Reported.
It's in here.
Yeah, the one in the email.
No, we got it yesterday.
Jen did resend that information out to everyone yesterday.
No, that's fine.
I need a motion to accept that resolution. John, second, Alana, discussion. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, nay. Carried. Again, another, inducement resolution for the college project.
Well, it's
Thanks. Yeah.
Well, it's not at the college. However, they're calling it that because this is, no, this one is in Frankfurt. Wait, this one or with Circum or Solar?
I think HCC. I thought that was.
No, that moved those two back.
This one's on Shell Bush Road.
Okay, the first one was in Frankfurt
Correct.
and Schoolhouse Road.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. So this one's on Shell Bush, which is over here.
Yeah.
The first one's on, too many solar projects. The first one's in Frankfurt. This one's on Shell Bush down over here. 7,293,000+ dollars.
The motion. And second. John, discussion. Favor, aye. Any opposed, nay. Carried.
I think at one point, if anyone had way too much money.
So, last item on the regular agenda is ELD Allies, there's an application for financial assistance.
But we did not include that because there was something, that's what I did, we include that in the
I
final.
did not include that,
No.
no.
We need some additional things from them, but we wanted to let you know, so ELG in East Herkimer, the old MDS facility. It's a good sized project. They're purchasing all the additional land over there. I think it's 30-something acres as well. They're gonna redo one of the buildings that's already in place with the new purchase. And they're in the process of selling the facility in Frankfurt. So that'll be on the agenda next, or we might have it depends on where we are with them, if we need that special meeting. But I'm not thinking so just yet.
All right, so it's a late splash.
Well, it's a discussion.
Yeah, discussion, okay. Well, we got some elected officials who want to that, the labor part of our agenda here. Bob Schrader, Peter, Jim Wallace is on. We also have Jason from Tracker Supply and Dana only from Assemblywoman Bookshop talking. So anyone like to, any comments or?
I'm good.
Okay, thanks, Dana.
So John, on the solar, you're saying 14 is 15, right? Or you're saying
No,
the HTC is the Shell Bush Road?
yeah, and 14 is in Frankfurt.
Okay, what's the HTC? They're just getting some of the revenue up with it, or what?
But no, that's just the name of it.
Oh,
I have
that's okay.
no idea.
Name only.
Okay,
It's the same group that was doing it before, they just finally found a home, I guess.
right. No, that's not the one that we're tied into. Is that expired, didn't it? Just originally,
It's,
right, okay. The original, we,
Yeah, that didn't have anything to do with us.
okay. You remember that, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Peter, anything?
No, I don't.
Jim, Wallace, anything?
All set, Jim, thanks.
Jason, welcome. Jason's the manager of the Tractor Supply, the person. So Jake, would you like to say anything? Welcome.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. This is my first time attending, so I think I'm good. I would like to get a little bit more involved as time moves on, though.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate it and appreciate all you're doing up there. Doing a great job. Project updates, John, you wanna?
Sure. As I mentioned earlier, we have the UTEP Solar public hearing today at 1 o'clock here. Please feel free to attend. So Monday is our EPA roundtable event at the college from 1 to 5. Really not open to the public. It's more grantees and grantors from the EPA and then from the individuals around the state. But the summit does start on the 25th at the college. We're hoping everyone attends. We do have Antonio Delgado going to be there. We have many representatives from the state and EPA. Kickoff time is 9:30. We'll kick off the summit about 10:15. There is lunch that day. Don't forget at night, we have the networking event up at the Herkimer Diamond Mines. And then Wednesday, the event winds down around 1 o'clock, and that afternoon, I'll be taking EPA representatives to our brownfield sites for a further push on those. Also, Stacy sent us a retirement thank you card. We'll pass it around just so everyone can see that. Yesterday, as Aaron had mentioned, we had the director from the USDA in town. And I think, I know it's a shorter agenda, just that we've had a lot going on and continue to do a lot. So, but the rest we can talk about, executive, or should talk about, contract negotiation and also land purchase.
Any other comments, questions before we go into executive session? All right, I need a motion to go into executive session for advice of counsel through contracts and land acquisition. And second by Tim, discussion. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, nay. Carried. All right, thank you, everyone. Appreciate coming out. Have a good day. Have a good week.
Thanks.
I switched up that agenda that you're